It's the EP Podcast. Evergreen Park.
The EP Podcast out at Spoken Vine, northeast corner of 95th and Kedzie. And Frank Murray from the Evergreen Park Library is sitting here with me, and we're going to go through some stuff that's going on. But
hey,
first
Chris.
off, how are the holidays?
Holidays were great.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm one of those weird people that want another week of it.
Yeah, I don't. Here's the thing. I get into December, and I think, if you think about what I do with like the Broadcast Basement Network, the EP Podcast, Socks in the Basement, we got a new one that we're producing for the Village of Lamont that's coming out. I got all these people I produce shows for. Everybody else shuts down in December, right? Like there's not much going on in the back half of the month. Most businesses, most people shut down. And so like for the last couple of weeks, I haven't been able to do very much. So like I'm ready to go. Like I've got like 1,000 ideas for 2025 and I'm ready to get them going. So you may need a week off. You may need another week.
I need another week, Chris.
I'm ready to go. Get back to work, people. All right? The Lanoonis need to make some extra cash. All right? So we're gonna get into what you have. Before we do that, why don't we bring in Bridget, or Reed's going to do it. Reed's doing it.
Come on
his
down.
wife to do it, but Reed is going to, they're both going to come in here.
Oh, both?
It's Reed's birthday today.
Happy birthday.
And so happy birthday, big guy.
Thank you. Happy birthday to you as well. Thank you guys for coming out today.
And the best part is, like, we were going to schedule this on a different day. Some things ran, because of the holidays, like, stuff happens. And then it got pushed back to today. And on his birthday, he had to come on over here to Spoken Vine and talk to the two of us, which I'm sure is exactly what you wanted to do.
It's exactly what I want to do. I love seeing you guys. So we got some fun stuff coming up. So, we'll definitely talk about it. For Dry January, we do have some our groovy lineup for any non-alcoholic drinkers. We got some sparkling rosés and Prosecco and Sangria. I've yet to find a good non-alcoholic red wine. I've tried lots of them. If anyone has any suggestions, I'm all ears. Then we also have for our people that are doing the other type of Dry January, we're doing a bold red wine tasting from Australia. So we're going to do it the next 2 Thursdays and the next 2 Sundays. Tickets will be available on the website. It'll be seven wines, Syrah, Cabernets, big, bold, aggressive wines from Australia.
Dry wines.
Dry. And food to match. So it'll be a good time. You should definitely come out and see us.
I saw that you had, I want to say, Italian wines, Bridget, recently, like in December.
Yes.
You did the wine tasting thing. And I thought about coming. I've made a trip to Italy before. It would have been kind of fun to kind of go around the country again, but sitting here in Evergreen Park. And what's funny is I've been to Australia within the last 5 years, and I loved drinking Shiraz out there. And I'm very excited that you're bringing us in. So I may be at one of these events coming up here in January. So if I were to go, I see the price tag when you guys throw it out there. I see that you're sampling wines. Take me through, like, what is everybody exactly getting when they come to one of these wine tasting events?
So your ticket price is going to include the food, beverage, and gratuity portion.
Oh, so I don't have to tip, because the tip's in there.
Tips in there.
Okay.
And then...
See, I like to do that.
Obviously, tax
Don't look
gets
at me
added.
like I'm cheap.
I'm just laughing.
As your host, if you would like to tip me a little bit more, I would not be I would be appreciative.
Listen.
opposed to that. Yeah.
I went to Australia. There's no tipping. When you try to give them the tip, they tell you no. So I'm glad that we're not doing this at that event. The event already has the tip included in it.
And you've already paid for it.
Yeah.
You just show up and have a good time.
Just party. All right.
Maybe have an extra glass after or
Then
before.
I got to tip on that. Then you tip on the extra glass.
Yeah. Or find a bottle that you really like and buy one to take it home.
Yeah, and you guys do really well with that. You have it's right here behind us every time we do these segments. All the different bottles are here. And is this everything that is available at the bar, or are there extras that are not at the bar?
There are extras that are not at the bar, but those wines have been on the menu before.
At some point.
Right. So as we cycle through and take things off to make room for other wines, the really good stuff that people love, we keep available for retail.
Awesome. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, SpokenVineWines.com. Go there to look up how you can get the tickets to the wine tasting event. I know that sometimes these sell out pretty quickly. So
they do. That's why we've done 4 dates this time.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. They're not doing 4. They're not doing 4 because they just figured they throw out 4. They're doing 4 because when they try to do 2 or 1, they sell out so quick and there's a high demand for it. So get over to SpokenVineWines.com. Bridget especially, happy birthday. Bridget, you scheduled this on his birthday. I think.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
It's good to be surrounded by friends on your birthday.
Yeah, it is.
That's right.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So we've talked with them. Listen, I'm going to tell you something right now. I loved wine when I was out in Australia. And it's funny because I'm a beer drinker probably more than anything. And when I went there, I just figured, well, there'll be all these Aussie beers, right? There'll be giant cans of Foster everywhere.
Foster.
And what you found when you were
It's
there
not really
is that
Foster. It's not really Australian.
they're a wine-drinking country. And they have great wines, and I learned about different regions, Barboza Valley. There's a lot of different areas where they do their wines. The Shirazes are great, and I found myself drinking wine the majority of the time and trying different ones, and it was very similar to the wine tasting in Italy. So if you like tasting wines, I would definitely suggest getting to one of those events here in January. You have stuff coming up in January. What do you have coming up? What's your
We
big
got a
thing?
lot of stuff.
What's your big thing?
Well, big thing, I have to say, it's not in January. It's actually next month in February. February 22nd is our Sip and Sample.
Yeah,
Saturday,
I know.
February 22nd.
I'm excited about
Talk
that.
about wine. Talk about deliciousness. We're looking forward to another fun event.
I went on your website, okay, and I
EvergreenParkLibrary.org.
That's right. And I went on there and I saw that you have you can reserve, you can get your tickets right there on the site. There's also like a certain amount of tickets. Is that the starting amount, or when that's gone, is it gone? Like, is there a limit to the amount of people you can get in?
Yeah,
there?
that's the limit.
That's the limit.
We gotta, yes.
So don't wait on him, because I was
Yeah.
like, well, he'll just expand that and I'll be able to get a ticket. You're telling me no.
No.
Okay.
Because when we organize this all, we got to make sure we have enough food, we have enough drink for everybody that's attending.
Yeah.
To get what they paid for. So
these
that
guys are
gives
going to
us-
be here, if I'm not
yep,
mistaken.
Spoken Vine,
They're going to be there,
Yep.
and then
There's the
so you'll
thumbs
have
up.
wine there, and I would imagine that you'll probably have a brewery or two and different people. So there'll be drinks, there'll be food, there'll be restaurants that'll be coming in.
Yep.
It's always a fun time. I want to say that was the event that I first met our mayor at. When
I
she
believe,
was
yes, I
a
believe you
state
remember
rep,
hearing
and she
that,
had been
yeah.
on the library board, and that was I bumped into her with a little glass in hand, sampling something, and she
You didn't
like
spill.
No, I did not
Okay,
spill
okay.
on her. No, and then she was like, "Somebody told me you do a podcast," and I explained all about her. Look where we're at.
Look
Years and
at
years
where
later.
we are.
Amazing.
Here we are.
All right, so that is coming up. Go to the Evergreen Park Library website, evergreenparklibrary.org, and take a gander at that entire event and make sure that you sign up before space runs out. What else you got? What do you got in January?
All right, so we got a lot of fun stuff going on. I'll start with the kids. We have our winter reading bingo challenge going on. That's for grades 5 and under. They get to complete 5 reading activities, and of course, it's set up as a bingo card, so they can go diagonal, up, down, across, whatever it is. They complete 5 of those in a row. Turn in your bingo card by February 28th, and you win your prize.
It's another one of those on your honor things.
It is.
It's another one of these
It
things where
is
like
one.
you get a prize.
Yes.
And we trust you to do it right.
I'm really glad you are not in 5th grade anymore. or 5th
But
grade
if
or
you
under.
wanted to cheat,
Be
you
having
could.
to check him all the time.
You are a very trusting library. That's all I got to say. You're very trusting. Man, I'm telling you, 5th grade Chris Lanuti would have been up at the public library just filling out those bingo cards.
Handing them left and right. Oh, yeah, I did this.
Left and right. I'd be
I
using
read
different
this book.
variations of my name to get extra prizes. I'd be Chris
Jan'25.
Lanuti. Then I'd be using my middle name, Edward. I would do all kinds of stuff. I'd be messing with you constantly.
God, we'd have you on a list, Chris. we'd have you, sir. He's in again. Watch out. Watch him.
I come in
Watch
with a
him.
fake beard, low brim hat, just trying to get another prize with my bingo
Like now.
card.
Yeah.
Right?
You're
Yeah.
going to put in your contacts
Just like
and
this.
then come on
Oh
over.
yeah. Most people don't even recognize me when I take my glasses off. It's amazing. All right. So what else you got?
So we have some other fun. We have a DIY snow globes going on Friday, January 10th at 3:45 p.m. That's for grades 1 through 5. You're going to make your own DIY snow globe with a mason jar. We're going to provide the materials for you, but if you have a small figurine that you want to include, a lot of, some kids that really like this figurine or whatever it might be, they want to include that in the snow globe. So they get to do that. Just bring it in, make
wanna
sure it
put
can
something
fit
in the snow
inside
globe.
the
Yeah.
mason jar.
Right. Okay. That's pretty cool,
yeah.
actually.
So bring it with you, and again, that's Friday, January 10th at 3:45 p.m. Then we also have Sensory Sunday. So this is a regular Sunday program, or a monthly Sunday program that we do. In January, it's on Sunday, January 19th. It's drop in from 1:30 to 3 p.m. It's for ages 5 and under with a caregiver. We just give kids the opportunity to experience a whole lot of different sensory experiences. They get to roll up their sleeves, play, explore, and just have some messy fun.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Our children's librarian, Miss Laura, loves it, and especially our maintenance guy, Jim, the next day. He has a lot of fun.
Poor Jim. What else you got?
And then we have, for the kids, we have Animals in Winter. That's Friday, January 24th from 3:45. It starts at 3:45 p.m. It's going to be an hour because we close at 5 o'clock. So if you're attending that, you got to get out of there before 5 o'clock. No hanging around. But that's for grades 1 through 5. They're gonna learn, as people that participate or sign up and attend, they're gonna learn how animals survive in the winter,
right?
How that all takes place, and just other questions about winter wildlife. And they're also gonna create some cool posters that, about what they learned with those animals.
You know, when you do these youth events and when you're talking to me about them every month, I always think about when I was a kid and my mother used to bring me up to the public library, and we lived in Chicago, so I was just to the north in the Ashburn or St. Denis parish, and I was there, and then my library is like at 87th and Pulaski, or just to the west of that intersection, and you'd go in there, and a lot of these events were done by 4-H. That was the whole idea, that they had that extra thing that was more of like a nationwide thing that they would use. Does 4-H even exist anymore? Because
Chris,
you
that's a
guys
great
do
question.
all this stuff. And it's funny to me because it always seemed like the library just had books, and then they had like a whole other thing that did these events for kids. But you come up with all this stuff, you and your staff, which I think is pretty amazing.
Yeah, most of our programs are in-house, especially the youth programs, but we do have outside presenters come in.
Yeah.
Especially, our whole goal as a library, or one of our whole missions is lifelong learning. So no matter what age you are, that's what we're there for: lifelong learning, educational, entertaining, all those types of experiences for people. And you go back to one of my core philosophies of libraries is that we're more than just books.
This is awesome.
We are more than just books.
I love this. The core philosophy of Frank
me.
Murray.
Of me, yeah. I mean, the library is a
more than
wonderful
just
place.
books.
Yeah. That is what we are, and that is.
Do you
why
ever worry you'll
I'm
get
here.
somebody who comes to the library, okay, and just
Every
uses
day.
all the other fun stuff, but never picks up a book? Would that drive you nuts?
No.
Like if you met a kid and the kid's like, I come here every day, and you're like, what are you reading? And the kid goes, I don't like to read. Like, would you be upset by that?
Slightly, but guess what? He's getting information and experience through another avenue. And there's so many different ways people learn and engage in literacy besides reading.
Reading a book.
And that's what we're there to do.
Okay.
That's what we're there for, everybody too. That's what I love most about public libraries. We're not going to say, nope, sorry, Chris, you're out of here. Can't come in. We're not carding at the door.
Yeah, I mean, you can't kick me out.
I can't get you out unless you break one of the rules. Then you're like 5th grade Chris Nudie and his
Kick me
bingo
out.
card.
No, you can't kick me out. You can only catch and releases. I think all you got to do.
That's it.
I get to come back the next day. I'm pretty sure that's how libraries work. All right, you got stuff for the older kids too, right? The
Yeah,
teens?
we got teens. We got teens going on. We got our ever popular series Chess Rookies and Masters meetup. That's Monday, January 20th. That's led by Evergreen Park Community High School chess players. They're going to teach the fundamentals of the game, and all levels of play are welcome. High schoolers will sit down and teach kids the fundamentals. If they're more experienced or an adult wants to come in and play and is a little bit more experienced,
I was on the
play.
chess team.
Yeah, you
I
should
was
drop
on the
in,
chess
see what you
team.
got.
I haven't played against anybody than my kids in a while, so maybe a little bit of a challenge for me. Maybe I can do that. You know what my
see
move
what you
is?
got.
You know what my move is normally though? My normal move is to go for the blitzkrieg. You ever hear of the blitzkrieg? It's like 3 moves and the thing is over.
There's a couple moves like that, isn't there?
I do that all the time.
Blitzkrieg is one of them.
I do that all the time, especially with small children. I like to frustrate them.
Is that where you move the bishop out? Yeah. And you position the bishop in?
You start off with the pawn going up 2.
Yeah.
You got to go up 2, right? And then you move the bishop out, and then you move the queen out. And the
There you
idea
go.
is that you kind of block them in right there.
There we go.
A couple of moves and it's over.
Chess Strategies with
Right.
Chris.
If
New
you play
podcast.
me, I try it every time against a player, and when it fails, then we're in for like an hour-long match.
Yeah.
We're in for an hour-long match at that point. Okay, what else you got for the teams?
Okay. Also for teens, a couple things I want to just give a quick shout out.
Rattle
to.
a few off.
All right. Snack and STEM. Tuesday, January 14th and January 28th, we're going to explore science, technology, engineering, art, and math. That's the whole STEM part. Hands-on activities and a tasty snack. We also have the Lincoln Readers Silent Book Club at Bookie's Bookstore. And the worst part about this, Chris, it was a podcast. Now it's a video. So now everybody sees me reading off my
No, that's
my cheat
okay.
sheet.
You're fine. You can read off your
Gosh.
sheet.
Jeez,
If you
sorry,
go to the
in
YouTube
public.
channel, you can watch them do that, okay? Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it.
So that we're meeting at Bookie's Bookstore. That's Tuesday, January 21st at 4 p.m. And if you don't know, Bookie's is located at 10325 Western.
I find this interesting, though. You're working with a bookstore. I would think a bookstore is the enemy. Like, you want people to just come in and use the library. You don't want them buying it. And I'm sure the bookstore is like, stop using the library, purchase your books. You guys aren't enemies. You're not mortal foes.
We are coming together and
foes here?
And promoting the love of reading and literacy.
I mean, I dig
we are
it.
forming an alliance.
I would think libraries hate bookstores.
An
and bookstores hate
unimaginable
libraries.
alliance.
Right. Yeah. Stop getting the books for free. Pay for them. Like, I mean, you would think that there would be a...
Well, there's kind of a little...
Like, if I was standing out in the corner right now just handing out wine, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And the police didn't arrest me, it would drive them nuts.
Reed would be furious.
Right.
But then he would be like, hey, guess what? You like that? I got bottles right here.
All right.
Same thing with the bookstore.
I don't know.
Try it out.
I
If
think
you
this is
really
an
like
odd
it,
pairing.
go buy it.
The bookstore and the
buy it.
library. I think it's an odd pairing.
Go buy it. So we'll be there. If you attend, you get a 15% discount from Bookies, and you are more than welcome to bring your own book to the event, or you can shop for one at Bookies.
Hold on. The bookstore is allowing people to just bring their own book?
For this event.
Wow. Okay. It's like Saint Nick telling people to go to Gimbals instead of Macy's. That's what that sounds like to me. It's weird, but I dig it. All right, let's get to the adults. What do they got?
All right. Well, one more quick thing about teens.
Okay.
We have a fabulous program. It's called Reading Buddies at the library. It's Thursdays. It's for kids grades 5 and under. They come in, they sit down with a teen volunteer, and they learn to read. And they read a book together. There's also the opportunity, if they have homework and they need a little bit of help, they can ask that high school student for some help with their homework. So we're always looking for volunteers.
I would imagine that's good community service for teenagers
great community
who are
service.
generally looking for things to do because there are requirements in school to get enough hours, and that sounds like it's fun.
We have a great group of high school students that's leading the program right now, but the program continues to grow and becoming more popular. So the more wonderful volunteers that we have, the more we can expand this program and meet the needs of those young students that are looking for help.
Very cool.
So come on. If you're interested, please contact the library, or actually Miss Mary Black. She's our teen librarian. You can email her at Black, her last name, BLACKM, at evergreenparklibrary.org. Please reach out.
Thanks for spelling black for us.
Oh, you never know.
No, that's fine.
I am a librarian, Chris. Come on.
What do we got for the adults?
Could have been like,
just get to the adults.
Black with a silent E.
Yeah, no, there is with a silent E. How do you spell
You haven't heard
black? Go ahead.
All right, let's transition to the adults now.
Yeah.
All right. So I think you did this last year. You were a part of the very popular adult reading coloring contest last year.
Yes, I think I did do it. Yeah.
You could not cheat on that one.
No.
You could not cheat.
I didn't win anything
Chris
either.
couldn't just pretend like he read a book or
Right.
something. No.
Right. Okay.
The adult. I
had one of the
anything.
kids color it.
I didn't.
I mean, I don't know if you realize what my oldest
coloring
is
skills are.
in architecture
This
at
is
U of
true.
I.
She is
She's
very
talented in the
She's
whole
very
room. So I was just like, can you do me a favor and color this thing in so I can hand it in to Frank
There's
Murray?
always something we got to watch out for you. If
I don't do my
and
own
if you
coloring.
win, we know who to give the prize to now. So that's taking place January 2nd through the 31st for adults ages 18 and older.
Right.
You can get the official coloring sheet either at the library, or we also have it online on our website.
Right.
evergreenparklibrary.org.
I'll get right over there. I'm going to have all the kids do one. I'm going to pick out the best one, put my name on it, bring it right to you. All right, what else we got for the adults?
We got a whole bunch. We got a couple of different technology classes going on. We have Google Docs. If you want to learn more about how Google Docs works, come join us, or not come join us, but register for the event. That's going to be on Thursday, January 16th at 1 p.m. There's also, we have a Google Drive class on Thursday, January 30th at 1 p.m.
What do you learn about Google Drive?
And
That's weird to me because I use Google Drive, and you know what it does? I just put stuff on and take stuff off it, and you just share it with people.
Well, right. So those are the basic cores of the Google
Right.
Drive and organizing.
It does more?
Well, that's that, and there's a little bit more that we'll show you.
Okay.
But a lot of folks that are looking for these classes, they know that, but
Yeah.
it's
I
just
have
a
to
whole
use it
different
when I
experience.
send giant audio and video
Yeah.
files back and forth with people. That's the only way I can do it. Otherwise, I would never do it. So, yeah.
That class might not be for you, Chris, but
Okay.
for somebody who's like,
That's
look,
not for
like
me.
I've heard of it, I just
They
never
don't know
used
how
it.
to do it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then we're also welcoming back Dr. Daniel Davis on Monday, January 21st at 6:30 p.m. He's going to talk about the history of hip-hop. And this is going to be part 2. He came, it was about 2 months ago, and he did part 1. He's going to further explore about how hip-hop has had an impact on society, and he's going to delve more into Chicago hip-hop and that culture.
Okay. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, we're really excited to have him back. He is a fantastic presenter, so if you're just, maybe hip-hop isn't your thing, but you like presenters, this guy is awesome.
Okay,
He is
that's awesome. Very cool.
And we also have, you want to learn a new skill, it's January, right?
Yeah.
Learn a new skill. Check out Udemy, which is an online resource for free, first of all, through the library. There's all sorts of different things you can learn on there. But stop in to our 3D printing workshop on Saturday, January 11th at 11 a.m. and learn how to make an object that can be printed on a 3D printer. That session will be focusing on how to create a money clip. Skills you learn there on a free online software tool called Tinkercad. You can take those skills and make something else with it.
I like that. That's pretty cool, too.
It is
Money
really
clip
neat.
is something I would use, and then I could be like, I made this
I
on
made
my
it
own.
myself,
That's
yeah.
kind of sweet. I love that. And you mentioned that Udemy, before we get out of here, just kind of a thing. That's on the website,
Yeah.
and it's got a bunch of different programs, like things that you can kind of learn, right? Is that how that works?
Yes, there's I'm trying to get the right number in my head, but 20,000 different videos on there where you can learn.
It's like video tutorials on how to do different things, pick up different skills, and is it free? Is that what
free
it is?
with your
It's
library
free
card.
with your library card, and getting a library card is easy. They don't deny anybody, even people like me. Who
As
will
long as
openly
you're a
talk about
resident of Evergreen Park and
ripping
can
them
prove
off,
it.
and they still will give you a library card. If you lose it, they'll give you another library card. Okay, you just have to be from Evergreen Park. All right, is that it? Are we wrapped?
Well, I got one more for you. This
Okay,
might be helpful
for me.
because we were talking about the holidays and how busy
Yeah.
it gets and how stressful it can be a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So we have a restorative yoga with Joan Suglich on Wednesday, January 15th. Sign up for that. It's all about kind of just de-stressing a little bit,
Yeah.
rebalancing yourself.
You thought it
and
was
get
for
back
me
in
because
there.
you think I'm stressed?
No,
Do I look stressed out, man?
you are the last
I feel like
person
I'm pretty
I think
chill
that
right
looks,
now.
that looks stressed
Yeah,
out.
right?
And then for those people that are looking for their health and New Year and looking
Yeah.
to get back and
Be
kinda
less
reconnect.
fat. Just say, for the fatties that want to be less fat. Did you eat too many cookies? I did.
I sure did.
It's time to stop eating cookies and work out.
Start with our restorative
maybe
yoga
cut
program
back on the
first.
sugar, Stop eating double cheeseburgers for a month, Just an idea, right?
And you can stop by on Wednesday, January 22nd at
Right.
6:30 p.m. at the library and learn how to make homemade fire cider. We have local gardener and herb specialist Madeline Kenny. She's going to teach us how to make fire cider, which is a vinegar-based. It's vinegar-based and it includes herbs and honey, and it's used to stimulate the circulatory system, which is perfect during the winter because it's cold, right? And then it also supports your immune system.
Yeah.
So you can come in and learn how to do that.
I have a friend of mine for the new year who's juicing.
Juicing, there we go.
That's how the weight's going to come off, right? And so juicing beets recently.
Juicing beets.
She was juicing beets, and she goes, "Do you want to try this?"
And did you?
Yes. What do you think it
And?
tasted like?
Wonderful.
Dirt. It tasted like dirt.
It tasted like
It's something
dirt.
that sits in the dirt,
Beets.
and when you juice it, it tastes like
It
dirt.
really brings out the dirt.
Right, yeah. And you lose weight because
there was a worm in
if
that.
that's the only thing you have, you don't want to drink it, so then you starve yourself and you lose weight. I figured out how juicing works. That's
was it.
exactly how it works.
That was it.
Or you can get cider at the library. EvergreenParkLibrary.org. Frank Murray here at Spoken Vine, northeast corner of 95th and Kedzie. Don't forget about the wine tasting events, 4 of them in
Yes.
January, going around Australia, one of my favorite places to go and drink wine. You don't have to take the 17-hour flight across the Pacific Ocean and lose an entire day of your life to
Spoken
drink
Vine's
these wines.
bringing it here.
You can do it at Spoken Vine and see more about what Frank is talking about at evergreenparklibrary.org. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, Chris. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Cheers.
That was weird.
It's the EP Podcast. All things Evergreen Park. It's the EP Podcast. Evergreen Park.